Honestly, it really did start out alright. The DM was sweet, a bit unclear on the rules as she'd only run games casually for her family, but we started with the module. I tried to encourage her and gave positive feedback and little tips on the rules when she couldn't remember them. No problems really. Except for the guy who was wearing a t-shirt featuring Zootopia's Nick Wilde in a suggestive pose. Which, furries don't actually bother me, but that is a bold choice in a public comic shop. If you walk around public with a barely censored picture on your chest, you look like a creep. Anyway, unfortunately, the sweet girl got too busy with her job and had another player take the mantle of DM. I still had hopes. The new guy said he DM'd plenty before, so I thought I was going to get someone who had a clear idea of what they were doing. We are down for our first session with the new DM. Quickly, I discovered the first of many issues I would have with him. The primary one was that he actually hadn't talked to the players at all. The sweet girl had dumped her wisdom staff for her druid, so now I'm whispering to her to help her rebalance her sheet to have an effective PC. The furry didn't understand anything about his class and didn't even update his hit points, so I help him fix that. I'm doing all the jobs that an experienced DM is supposed to do with new players. Then we get started. The DM describes that we were hired for a heist job and we're currently stationed in a casino. He then assigns us to our individual activities, tells me what my character is doing and how it goes down before I pause and say, I think he would be at the card table actually, since he can sleight of hand that. In the end, it didn't matter, cause the 10-minute intro turned into us being flung into another dimension. Next bad choice this DM made, the furry was playing a kitsune, whose backstory involved being a part of a harem, perhaps inspired by his suggestive Nick Wilde shirt. DM had him get separated from us. A brand new player who didn't even know how to write down his own HP, and the first thing the DM does is split the party and put the newbie totally alone. The rest of us wake up in a bunch of jail cells. Cue another 15 minutes of the DM using his rich cast of NPCs to tell us the entire situation, instead of having us ask questions, roleplay, make skill checks. Just a long-winded info dump that has my eyes glazing over. We get out of the cells, free the NPCs, and oh of course, there's another cell at the back of the room, with a mysterious figure inside. I know a plot hook when I see one, and knowing how the party not biting is troublesome for a DM just starting his campaign, I suggest we check it out. The party agrees. We find the prisoner inside has a mask over his mouth. He can't talk, so we can't ask him questions. The NPCs have no information about him, so we take the mask off. The second he speaks, we're all charmed. At level 3, a 14 wisdom save wasn't high enough to save, and we weren't just charmed, but we also do every single thing the NPC tells us to do. No extra chances to save. No ability to resist. Just the DM narrating the whole way through the dungeon, slowly killing all the NPCs he made us listen to for 15 minutes, leading us on and on and on for over an hour. I was thinking about just standing up and leaving halfway through. In the end, we never actually saved against this guy. The DM tried really hard to tell us how cool and dangerous his NPC is. He put in a magic item that reveals how many people you've taken out by an aura, and made sure to emphasize just how huge his aura impossibly was. And don't get me wrong, I am willing to play along most of the time. My PCs will get scared by a good villain. I love yes-anding the DM, but this is just a horrible villain. Mr. I've taken thousands of lives, I'm so scary. Meanwhile, as we're all being puppeted through the DM's dungeon and doing nothing, the furry was in a room filled with Chihuahua people worshipping him like a god. He made some racist comments throughout these moments. The session then came to a glorious end. I never came back. In hindsight, when I announced I was leaving the table, I really wish I had explained some of my reasoning. Then again, I don't think the DM would have learned anything from it. There is a happy ending though. My absolute disdain for this person's horrible DMing drove me to the Looking For Group subreddit, where I actually found a wonderful group that fits my playstyle. So in the end, this 3 hours of suffering and boredom did grant me many months of enjoying the first campaign I've played an original character in. Very strange DMing style. I believe it's from the school of railroading. I don't understand these storyteller DMs who just want a captive audience and want their cool NPCs shine rather than the players. It's very sad that DMs think that D&D is for their ego and not for everyone's enjoyment. I'm glad that OP was able to get out of there and find a happy ending. Anywho, what do you all think about this situation?